Namaste to Voice of Education. As usual, we would be talking about different problems that people in education sectors face. The problems of students, the problems of parents, the problems of educational institutes. Today, here with us, we have Anuradha Shrestha, a preschool expert. Anuradha Shrestha ji, welcome to our program.
Namaste, sir. Thank
Namaste.
you.
Well, instead of my telling something more about yourself, could we hear something about you from yourself?
Okay. Once again, namaste to you as well as all the audience who are watching this television. You have already said my name. My name is Anuradha Shrestha.
Definitely.
And right now I'm serving my school or my nation, right? The name of my school is Nest Montessori Children's House as the founder principal. Beside that, I am the preschool specialist and counselor as well. I go to different schools, preschools, and I counsel things like things that they should do, and I give training to the teachers also. That's why I am a preschool teacher trainer. Beside that, I am associated with OPEN organization, Association of Preschool Educators Nepal in Kathmandu as the treasurer.
Oh, that's great. So, as you know, during the pandemic, there came out to be difficulties in different sectors.
Mm-hmm.
Many people talked about only the problems of colleges and schools. Even the media did not go that deep into the problems of preschools. You know, as you are an entrepreneur and of course a trainer, so what were the different difficulties that you faced during this pandemic?
Okay. First of all, I would like to thank you very much, sir, for trying to raise the voice regarding the preschool and the difficulties they are suffering. As you said, that's it's true that many of the organizations who can speak by themselves, like colleges and high schools, they are raising voice. And regarding preschools, really, it's really much like compulsory. It says someone should come and raise the voice for them. So you have given this platform. I'm really thankful for that. Like when you ask about that, what are the consequences or the difficulties that preschools are suffering, it's not only one thing, sir. There are many and more. We can say many and more, because like when we talk about the preschoolers, little children, they are becoming victim, or they are suffering from their psychological, physical, social, emotional development, where the growth has been stopped somewhere. That's one part regarding the little ones. Beside that, even the parents, they are not being able to send their children during this pandemic to the schools. So definitely they love their children. We know that. We too love them. But the problem that children are showing, the stress, mental stress, physical stress, children are showing to the guardians, and they are not being able to handle it in the way that the preschoolers or teachers were handling. That is also a kind of problem. Second problem we can address into. Thirdly, we can say like about the teachers as well. Okay, like pandemic started. Before we were into our copy, pen or computer, we can say we were teaching through those things, even by using the technology. But right now, all the teachers, preschoolers or whosoever are in the teaching field, they are compelled to shift to technology.
Yeah.
It means they need to learn something and teach to children. It's not like before they took training, that's supporting them, but beside that, they need to be technology friendly.
Technology friendly.
Yeah. And next point, if we talk about our difficulties or our problem as the interpreter, like as the business woman, it's all about the economical background also.
Definitely, that is the major point. Sorry to interrupt. My point is to tell the things quite truly. or to tell the things quite sadly as well, I have seen many preschool entrepreneurs either shifting their entire things to a small house or taking their things home now because we never know when it is going to open. There is no support from anywhere, no, there's a proper time schedule as to when our preschools should reopen. If you never mind, how have you been managing your economic aspects?
Okay.
I think you do understand my point.
Yeah, I did.
Such is the difficulty that preschoolers are facing, preschool entrepreneurs are facing. The other mothers of our children are facing.
Okay.
So what about yours?
Okay, really very touchy and beautiful question that you have asked. I'm thankful for this one as well, because government announced to close or shut down the schools by the 5th of Chaitra. We all know about it. They said do all the activities that you have to do, take exams and other things, whatever, then shut it down because it is for the good things for the children, for the country and everyone. We also thought okay, that is something that we should do because by looking at the news of other countries, we felt it's really very big issue. Or pandemic is really pandemic, isn't it?
Yes.
So after that, what we did, we completed our duty as government said us. Okay. Then according to the government law, 220 days are the rules for the schools to be opened. There might be vacations, there might be holidays like winter vacations, summer vacations, Dasai vacations and many more. We said that it is in rule that 220 days the schools should be opened. Okay, so we did while counting about let's talk about the preschool, we opened our school more than those days. More than 220 days.
Okay.
Then government said you can do your duties, but please do not take any economical support from the guardians.
That's quite unfair.
Yeah.
It is something like that. Work, this throughout the day, but we are not going to give you anything to eat.
Okay. So after that, what happened? It's something that should be mutual understanding between parents and guardians. If guardians are really suffering, we are there to support them. Okay, we are really there to wait for them because these many years we have been supporting them. Firstly, secondly, at the end of the session, many guardian pays dues of to 5 months or 3 months and many more. It can be. So we were expecting by the end of Chaitra we will be collecting all those things and we will be giving salaries or paying rent or paying in other places,
operation charges and all, right?
Yeah, by collecting those amount. But as government announced that you are not supposed to collect money from the guardians or fees or anything, then there come a big pause. For certain time we thought, okay, this is a pandemic, we are suffering, they are suffering, we should say okay. But later on, as the pandemic increased and the lockdown and shutdown increased, the next economical phase that we are suffering that came to us, that in Baishak and just till now we can say schools are not running, we are not having the physical classroom as we are supposed to. So in the month of Chaitra and in the month of Baishak, we were okay, let's look
at the situation, wait and see.
With the decision of government, okay. So we were just looking at them. Although we were working out from inside, still we were expecting maybe we can have physical classes. So we could not get to that. After that, there is no payment of Chaitra, no payment of Baishak. Even in the month of Shrestha, there is no payment. So definitely now, as you said, what's the economical position of preschoolers? Obviously, we are not getting from many sources or any sources we can say, but as it's our responsibility to pay the teachers first responsibility, because they work so that they may get something. Okay.
For survival, that is essential. So you've been doing it.
Yeah, I don't say that we have been paying. I don't say only mine, because I have come over here into becoming the voice of all preschoolers.
Yes.
That's why
you've been means your group.
Yep.
So far as it is possible, to what extent it is possible, you've been doing it.
Yes.
That's fine.
Okay.
So I understood the conditions are really very much severe, even from the health point of view, and also from the economic point of view, and also from the social point of view, and psychological point of view. These are the problems. Fine. Okay, a little bit diversion in the question.
Okay.
So, as an individual, had you ever thought that you'd enter into educational sector in this service sector when you attended your college levels?
Okay, while joining the college, as we have talked that, I'm the literature field. My major subject is Mez English, so I'm from that background. But as I gave birth to my son, I started taking trainings, because just being educated mother is not enough to raise the child in a proper way. So there are different philosophies, different methods through what we can understand the psychology of little ones. That's why, to understand that better, I started taking trainings, let's say Montessori training. Beyond that or beside that, other trainings, whatever is related with child. After that, I got opportunities from different institutes to work along with them, together with them, as they saw my devotion towards the children. Firstly, I took training only for my son. Later on, I got so much inspired because of the philosophies of child development or child psychology, that I started devoting my life for the little ones. So in that way, I shift to this field, let's say.
You shifted into this
teaching field.
That's really great. So my point is, let me come to the major question.
Okay.
There are so many, these preschools in Nepal, so to say, mushrooming of preschools in Nepal. Are the teachers really as passionate as you are, or as they should be, or are they really proficient enough?
Okay. In those days, let's not talk about these days. In those days, teachers...
You mean to say barring the time of pandemic or even earlier years?
Or even earlier.
Okay.
Like as you said that, first thing you say that Montessori schools are mushrooming nowadays. Obviously, it's being mushroomed.
Should be as well. There is no objection as the demographic, situations go higher. I mean to say, population increases and all, urbanization increases, and the trend of job also changes. There should be no question. But are they as passionate as you are or you were, or are they proficient enough?
Okay.
Just these two things.
Okay. Let's say, firstly, many schools or many founders or the teachers, they have taken trainings and they are opening. Okay. Some might be who have not taken the training and they might have opened, but I guess they might have kept the teachers who are trained. Okay. So it might go in this way as well. Any other?
Okay, might. So that's the reservation. Because my point is, you said you shifted into this profession because you wanted to teach your son.
In the beginning.
In the beginning.
Yep.
And later on, you came out to be mothers to so many children.
Yeah.
So
Obviously.
even to look after one or two, a child or two children is really tough, you know. And you experts have been taking care of so many children, you know. And really salute to all those Montessori teachers or preschool teachers who have been devoting their entire life for the sake of their, you know, these kids, you know, including you.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
My point is, let me talk about being a mother, right?
Okay.
Being a mother to a single child or two children, of course, is difficult from the perspective of nurturing and nurturing. Being a mother to so many children, of course, is really a tough task.
Yeah.
How have you been managing? What activities have you been doing in this regard? Could you just shed light on it?
Okay. Firstly, until unless we don't have the feeling of mother to watch the children of others as well, we cannot come to
True.
this field. Okay. Just for the earning or just for the time pass, teachers are not here nowadays. In preschools nowadays,
Yes.
almost all the teachers should take different kind of preschool trainings, then they come in this field. Okay. While taking those kind of trainings, they are even taught to have the motherly affection with the kids,
Good.
because we believe ourselves as their second mother. So teaching is in one part, being mother, understanding them is the second part. And by combining all these two parts, we handle many more children at the same time. Okay, because we should understand their so firstly emotion. Okay, teaching will come later on. Obviously, without teaching, school cannot run. But until and unless we don't understand their emotion, until and unless we don't hug them with affection, try to understand why are they smiling, why are they crying. Okay, every single drop of their tear will not touch our heart. If it will not touch our heart, we cannot be a good preschool teachers. So firstly, we go to the emotions of the children. We try to understand them, we counsel them, we take them in our arms. After that, as you said, there are many more children, not only one. Okay, many children. How do you handle it? Definitely, we plan different activities to deal with them, because hugging one child or sitting with one child may not be that difficult, but making all the children feel comfortable at the same time, feel loved at the same time, is really difficult task. That's why we should manage different kind of activities to be together with them, to understand them better. For example, what do children likes the best? Definitely children likes to play. We all know that. Okay.
Yeah.
Many people may say that children loves to eat. Okay, that is one part.
Yeah.
Okay, but children even forgets to eat when they are playing. That's
Okay,
why
they even forget to eat when they are playing. They just would like to play. So you
That's
develop
why-
play methods.
Yeah.
That is one
Play
thing.
methods, or we develop those kind of methods through what they engages themselves in those kind of activities. If we talk about the Montessori methods, there are different kind of methodologies or methods or play items that we can use and engage them. For example, we can talk about the knobbed cylinders. Okay, in knobbed cylinders, they take out different knobs and cylinders, then they keep in the proper hole. In that way, they can get engaged. If we go to the next activity, making children play in a circle and saying different kind of stories to them and engaging them with different play items is another part. So we give these kind of different activities to children, and by looking at their individual interest, we plan the activities. With the help of those, they get engaged and we feel happy.
They get engaged and we feel happy. Beautiful, beautiful. You know, they get engaged and we feel happy. So of course, it's a difficult task. My point is, right in the beginning, so to say, the first day or the second day, when children are taken to your care, what are the real difficulties? Can you give some examples how you managed?
Okay, like children come from different background. Some children, they are used to seeing the face of unknown people, okay, because they provide those kind of environment at their home. Some children gets used to with the people whom their parents are comfortable with. Okay, and there's another group of parents who don't allow their children to come out from their home. Okay, it might be their compulsion or might feel like insecure because the environment that we are facing nowadays. Okay, it's not only about the pandemic, even like children are being kidnapped, and there are so many other cases. Because of those things, parents may feel like keeping their child only with them. So these different kind of children come to us. It is not that much difficult to handle the children who are happy with the unknown face also. Like if we talk politely, nicely, in the loving words, they come to us, they feel comfortable by seeing the play item, they get engaged in that, they get happy in that, they makes themselves relief in that area, okay, that place, environment, let's say. Then the second group who feels like, okay, this person knows my mama, my papa, if they feels like that, we first try to understand the psychology of the children. In that case, we let some of the parents in our school. Then we let them in our school. They stay in our school for a few hours or few days, so that children will feel that, okay, she is none other than my mother's friend or my father's friend. Then they feel comfortable with us. Then
so my point is, do they jump on you or scratch you or do something like that on the first or second day? Some of them?
I'm coming to that point.
Yeah, please.
Okay, I'm coming to that point. Now, when we talk about the third part of the children, I mean
third
category, they do, obviously they do. When we take them from their parents' hand to our arm, to our hand, they are so uncomfortable, no? Like they are so scared. Sometimes they beat us, they just vomit over us by crying too much. They pee on us. There are so many things that they scratches, they beats, until unless they are not comfortable. So we try to make them feel comfortable. We try to gain their belief that we are none other than second parent of them. Then slowly and
gradually they get used to it.
They get used to it, because human beings are made in that way that we love changes. Okay?
Yeah, we transform. Beautiful.
Yeah. They just like slowly they'll understand that this is also a better place for us, where our parents are leaving us. The teachers, the caretakers, the aunties, or let's say principal, whoever are there in the school, they love us equally as our parents does. So after gaining their trust, after making them feel that they are lovable and they are loved, they gradually feels comfortable and becomes happy in the school.
Okay, they gradually feel comfortable. That's great. Well, these are the difficulties. Yep. You know, and again coming back to the point, these difficulties are still there at home. Previously, it was with preschool teachers. Now the difficulties have been shifted at home. The degree of difficulty could be different. Becoming mother on the one hand, becoming instructor on the other hand. You know, what is the feedback of parents? What are they saying to you these days?
Okay, during pandemic.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, because they cannot come to you, they cannot hug you.
Yeah,
most probably, not most probably, obviously, they are missing you. You know, or instructors like you. Yeah. And you too are missing those kids.
Obviously, too much, sir.
Yeah. So, parents must be phoning you. Parents must have been in touch with you. What are their feedbacks, major feedbacks in this regard?
Okay. In this part also we can go to the beginning seasons, like in the beginning in the month of Chaitra or Baisakh, they were like, okay, schools are not running. That's fine, because mostly in the month of Chaitra, after 15th, school closes. Okay?
Yeah.
So that's why they are used to it. And on the 10th of or 15th of Baisakh, school reopens. That's why till that time they were okay with it. They were also expecting school to open like
before.
Like before, or like let's say.
Yeah.
We were also expecting the same, they were also expecting the same. Till that time they were like comfortable, okay, we don't need to pay to this school, that's fine, government said these things, and they were in the relaxed mood, they were staying. We were also like, okay, let's see what will happen in the next. Then slowly and gradually what happened is like children started missing the school, premises of school, their playground, their play items, their friends, their teachers, caregivers, caretakers, and obviously their principals, because preschool principals are really sweet. Okay, so they started so they started missing all of us, let's say. Then in one hand they started giving us some kind of trouble, because they are also emotionally, physically, mentally disturbed. They cannot express in words as we can. We can say that I'm not happy because I'm not getting chance to go outside, or I'm not getting my friends, that's why I'm feeling lonely, we say. But how
we write poems, we express.
We can express, but for them, only the way or only the means of expression is either crying or demanding for the things that parents may not afford at that time, and trying to go outside and beating their siblings, their brothers and sisters, even their parents.
What we say is replacement of their anger.
Yeah, and mouthing the guardians, because these kind of things are happening in nowadays, or let's say those days, after first or second month of lockdown, let's say. Okay, so guardians started making a call, okay ma'am, now what to do, when are you gonna open the school, because it's really becoming challenging for us to handle our own kids.
Here is what I would like to say, the importance of preschool teachers. Generally people have the tendency that the more you are educated, the more you are able to teach in higher levels. You know, so is the case you know, this regarding our society. Where do you work? In a preschool. Oh, you are just taking care of those children, right? As if it's not a skillful job. You know, so preschool teachers should be more qualified than those teaching higher level. That's what I think. Do you agree?
You're right to some extent. Definitely all the people should be qualified, but
proficient enough. Those skills are not needed, you know. Those much more ability to understand the psychology of children is not needed when you go to teach, you know, like when we start teaching bachelor's level or master's level. Those softness, soft qualities, so to say, those soft qualities are needed there.
Okay.
Anyway, please carry on the complaints of feedback.
Yeah, you're right, because we should understand the unspoken or unheard words of the little ones.
Beautiful.
They cannot say the things that they need. For example, if they are hungry, what do? They simply cry. Okay, or look for the one who loves and cares them. If they are sick, that time also they do cry. Okay, because they cannot say that my stomach is paining, my head is paining, or some other part of the body is aching. They cry. And if they feel bored, they cry. Okay, so whatever the thing happens to them, they express it through the voice of cry. They cry with the voice of tear, let's say.
Okay.
Then preschool teachers or caregivers, they should understand, is child hungry, or a child is looking for someone, is he uncomfortable, does he likes to go to toilet, some kind of things, no, whatever. So we should try to understand their psychology and we deal accordingly. So for that, definitely we have to master in some kind of subject, like let's say child psychology or child development, and we should understand and deal to the child according to them. That's, as you said, sir, it's 100% correct that we should labor more hard, we should read more hard. It's not like that we did finished our classroom today, okay, teaching and other things, other activities are done.
Go home
so
and do other things. We can't do that.
We work 24/7 for the little ones to teach them well and to find out what kind of foods they like. It means we are going for their physical health as well, to understand their mental health, what are the things they like and how can we teach them by making them happy. So different kind of homeworks we do even after our school break.
Okay, that's beautiful. Yeah, beautifully said. My query, as you have recently answered, the cries of hunger, the cries of sickness, the cries of anger must have been different, right? How do you identify these things with the children in your preschools?
Okay, this is difficult as well as interesting question, sir, because there is no different language or different tone while crying. Okay, when we cry, it's always the same tone. But like if children are just feeded or and they are crying, then we can assume that they might have some kind of physical problem. Okay, then we talk with them, then we play with them. If they are like playing with paying by their whole attention, then we can say, okay, child is missing the playground, that's why child is crying. Then child is not suffering having any physical acts. But if they deny for that, then we can assume, okay, they might be having some kind of physical problem. Then we show different part of our body. Then we ask them, is this part paining? Are you suffering in this part? And if it's done, they can say,
wow,
this is
wow, beautiful. Beautiful. I agree to it. It's really difficult, but our preschool teachers are doing it. So that has to be understood in the society. That has to be appreciated in the society. So my point is, okay, the first phase passed. The second phase also passed. Now gradually other organizations are reopening. Buses are gradually plying. Yet due to the vulnerable conditions or high risk to children, preschools are not running. Under such circumstances, what would you like to suggest to your parents in order to make virtual classes effective?
Okay, thank you for this question as well, sir, because this is supposed to be said. Okay, let's say, as you said that other organizations are opening and vehicles are running, but in the case of preschoolers, little ones, and in the case of elder people above 60, they are the one who are like
more vulnerable.
More vulnerable, and they may get victim of this coronavirus very shortly, very soon. That's why government has taken the decision of not opening the schools right now. So we don't go beyond that decision, because we are not the doctors or medical experts. So whatever they say, we are okay with it. Still, the thing is that children are having hunger with many things. They are like what they might be doing to make them physically fit might be one part. What they might be doing to quench the thirst of their emotional imbalances, or mental health, or cognitive development. These are the things. So what the schools are doing, obviously the senior school, or let's say from class 1 to 10 or 10, 11 or master's degrees, they are running the online classes, as we all know about it. Okay, and while talking about the preschool, we are also running the online classes,
but the other way,
with the help of Zoom
Yes.
For example, if I talk with you about the playgroup or nursery classes, okay, it might seem like something impossible for them to attend the class for 10 minutes to 25 minutes. Okay, so for those kind of kids, we make different kind of videos what they can understand according to their level, according to their interest. Then we send to the guardians with the help of Messenger, Viber, even through the email, some kind of recorded videos we can send. Guardians can support the school as well as their kids by showing those videos, because children will really feel happy to see their teachers, okay, doing something, teaching them something, saying something. We have been hearing that parents comes to us and says that, okay ma'am, when you say something, my child does, okay, and if I say the same thing, they keeps a doubt in it. That's why so when we say something to the children, please get up on time, eat these things, for example, please take your meal properly, drink milk on time. If we say that thing, that is also so much like children entertains those kind of things and they implement in their daily schedule routine. Okay, I'm just giving you one short example, small example. So beside that, if we go to the class LKG or UKG, LKG class children can sit in front of the screen for some time. Because they are around 4 years or 4.5 years old, and with the help of guardian they can operate the computer, a laptop, tablet, mobile, whatever technological item, and they can listen to the things that teacher are saying. They can act like the way that teachers are acting in front of the screen. And if we go to the class UKG, it's almost 5 years old, they can operate the Zoom classes by themselves. When we send the passwords or those kind of things to the children, like go to this site, do these things, we guide them initially with the help of guardian, then they can write it down on their laptop and they can take the class by themselves. And we don't take long classes to make them feel bored, as we know that children can sit only for 20 to 25 minutes. That's also maximum. If we can grab some more attention of them, then maybe they can sit. So by keeping a gap in between, we take different classes with the help of Zoom. Okay, you have heard about this. All of us have heard about this. No? So we are using that technology. Now, if we say beyond this or beside this, for those guardians who cannot operate or who cannot provide the Zoom classes for children, or for those parents who are economically some kind of they are suffering, for those guardians also, we are making the phone calls and we are saying, okay, these are the things to be taught in this age group.
Okay, you are training parents.
Yeah. So would you please like to? Then we request, because they know, like they knows what to feed to my kid. Okay, I need to feed in the morning, I need to feed at day, and I need to feed at night. They knows about it. But regarding the cognitive development, we are the one who have taken the training. We are the one who have done masters in it, and we know that at this age, like for 3 years, what to do, for 4 years, for 5 years. So we make a phone call, as you said, we give training to the guardians, and those guardians who are really and keenly interested, they follow us, they support us, because until and unless children and parents and school don't go hand in hand together, we cannot look for the proper development of the child. That's why that is one mean. Secondly, as I said, that we can send the videos or the things, even recorded voice messages with the help of Viber and Messenger, because it's really easy for the parents to use more than any other apps, let's say. Okay, more than other apps. So anytime they can open it and show to their children. And I would like to add one more thing, if you give me a chance. Like in my school, let's say, there are parents, like two different kinds of
categories.
Like fathers are staying in another country, abroad. Okay, for example, America, and mothers might be in village. Okay, and fathers are really keeping in touch. Actually, it's like in preschool, mothers are the one who are more active. In this case, in this pandemic, what changes I have seen is that fathers are really paying attention, okay, and they are asking what's going on, ma'am, in the school. Other children might be taking the Zoom class. My child is not getting that one. So can you please help me out? They send those kind of queries in Messenger and making the phone calls as well. Then we send videos to them. And those father definitely send some amount to their passes to their mother with the help of somebody else in their village. Okay, wow. I don't say that mother herself operates those kind of things, but they take help of someone else.
Very beautiful example, you know. So those, you know, those parents or those fathers staying abroad. Take help from you. Again, pass it to someone there in the village. And that very person from the village has to pass it to mothers.
And that goes to the children.
That goes to the child or children. That's really great, you know. I really appreciate and salute those fathers abroad taking their best efforts or making their best efforts in order to educate children. They do, you know, this. I mean to say, if you have got a pure intention, a determined will, nothing is impossible.
Certainly.
So we are towards the end of the program.
Okay.
So, what would you like to tell your parents at the end of this program? Your good wishes or your some directions or something like that? Please. Okay. Your parents are all preschool parents.
Okay. Firstly, I would like to say that children need all kind of development. Okay, as I have already mentioned that it might be social, emotional, cognitive, physical development. So, by being in touch with the preschool leaders or teachers, they can get some ideas from that and they can transfer those kind of things to their child. That's why we don't know when this pandemic will end. No, we cannot say that, okay, it has run till 6 months. After the Sayantiya, the school may open and we may send our children to school. They may think and they may sit passive. Please don't do that. Okay, I just
very good suggestion.
Because we don't know when will these things end. That's why please keep in touch with the school and give the things that is really important for the children. Beside food, cognitive development is also really important for the children. Obviously, like our ancestors used to stay home, they used to have homeschooling. We salute that.
But time has changed.
Yeah.
You know, like, the universal situations have changed.
Like, for example, they used to be busy in agriculture. We also would like to be busy, but they used to use spade and other things for the farming.
Sickle spade, and other stone tools, arrows, hunting, so many.
Now that we have seen in different countries that beyond that, by using the technology and other things also, agriculture can be done in more effective way, right? So to make our children aware about it, to make them know about it, also we have to update ourselves with the education, with the school. Okay, so that's why please follow or go to your school, talk with your teachers, talk with your principal, and give that food of knowledge to your children, because they need to develop your brain as well. When we talk about the preschoolers, like from the age 2 to 5, okay, every day they learn at least 20 new words in a day.
Wow.
So till the age of 5, 2100 to 2200 new words they are supposed to learn. So
they need exposure for it.
Yeah, they need exposure. Are parents able to give all those at their home itself? If not, please go to the school. Okay, and don't say will virtual classes be effective? Don't go say that, because something is always better than nothing. Okay?
And we don't have any way out.
Any way out for now. That's why whatever is available right now, because teachers are also really doing very hard for the kids, okay, not only for self, we are doing for them. That's why please appreciate it and come to us.
Thank you.
And one more thing, economical thing I'd
Yes.
like to add, it's a kind of like, I don't say by taking the money or economical help from the guardians we are going to build anything right now. No, we are not going to make our home, we are not going to get the cars. We are trying to survive, okay? It means like we are trying to survive. We are trying to make our teachers, our supporters, our helpers survive. We need to pay through that money to our landowners. So by thinking that, okay, that parent is not paying, that's fine. He is not doing that. Why should I? Please don't go to that point, okay? If you will come and pay, those kids who are not being able to pay, or those guardians who are not being able to pay, through the help of that money we will facilitate them, okay? At least few amount we will be able to distribute to our staffs. They'll get encouraged, they'll get pushed up, then they'll keep on doing the good things for the nations they are doing till the date of today. So this much I would like to request to the guardians.
Thank you very much, Anuradha ji, for your precious time.
Thank you, sir.
And for such a wonderful discussion, starting right from the situations of pandemic to the cognitive development, love, affection of the mothers at preschool. We really had a wonderful time. So Education Television is really very much thankful to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you to you and your entire team of Education Television for letting not only Anuradha Shrestha, our founder principal of Nest Montessori, raise her voice. It's a voice of all the preschool leaders. So I am really very much grateful on behalf of them to you once again. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you too. Dear audience and dear viewers, as usual, we talked about education. We talked about problems in education. But today, we had a wonderful time talking to Anuradha Shrestha, a child expert, a preschool expert, who raised her voice for the upliftment of small children and who shed light on the problems that preschools are facing. Keep watching Education Television. Keep watching Voice of Education.